Hey y'all, welcome to the channel on YouTube. We do some live streaming on Twitch, so if you'd like to see us stream, uh, if you're on Twitch, go on over, get your free Twitch drops if they're active. Um, Lo and behold, um, I am a ritualist, as you can see here, right? These are really strong nodes. I like them. 3 rings, bros. Um, So here, my emphasis thought process was I'll do crit. This is for accuracy and speed. I did the I did the calculation on this. I liked it better. So this is a little slow. We need more accuracy. Um, oh, I love that beat. That's really good music. I like. We have these nodes just because you'll see me lightning arrow. I might start spamming. Of course, we dropped coming calamity. We used it being centerfold, but now it's over here with this being really good for Hero of Blood builds, but it is what it is. There's some deflection nodes you could go for if you want. But I just suggest keep building crit, keep coming up here. I saw these and I got distracted, so okay, that's for monk tards. Not if you're monk, I don't hate you, but I think it's just, I don't know, weird build for them. Um, Here I just went for all of our lightning nodes, and I noticed lightning resist. You can start getting lightning resist. And then I went for this crit, and then I was like, well, I'll come up here, and I got 3 dragons, right? And I was like, well, let me come over here, get my crit, get these evasion energy shield, get the movement speed, and get this, and see how I like it, right? It is kind of decent. I do well enough. It's not perfect by any means, but we do have a good bit of attack speed. We do have a good bit of damage. My future developments are going to be come up here. Get this 20% and 20% freeze buildup for 40% freeze buildup increase, and then 50% more damage against frozen enemies, and of course, hits ignore non-negative elemental resistances. So with us doing some exposure, we're going to be doing more damage more times than not. Traps, traps, traps. They built traps into the game, but no shadow just yet. But it is what it is. Alright, so there we go. That's what I'm built for. Let's see. 27 points until 100, right? So let's go 20-ish points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I definitely want those 6 points there. I definitely want these 4 points here. So that's 10. Then I think what I do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 and maybe 6, right? So that will put me at 6 there. So 16 points, right? That'll put me 83, 89-ish. I'd be content with something like that. And then as I get more points, I just up my crit game, maybe. Here we are at a delirious map. Let me look over here before I get too ahead of myself. I am running a Death Harp in the end game. You may have your GG Gemini bow throwing 3, 4, 5, whatever arrows. That's fine. But me, right now, I'm just going with this because, well, it's strong enough, good enough, and we're doing good enough damage with it. And Kadero's obviously the GOAT of quivers right now. A cheap Warriors Invictus I got for 1 Exalt. I got this for 1 Exalt. I crafted all of this. I found this, corrupted this. Uh, Bought this for about 3, 4 divines. Found these and bought that for like, I don't know, a couple Chaos Orbs. All in all, not bad, right? This is like, I'll call it a 4 divine build. And that's being very generous. It's more like a 3.5 divines. And I'm doing good enough to be doing some of the delirious maps. Now this is like a T3 map only right now. But as you can see, I'm just demonstrating right now. Like we're doing some arrow spamming. You can see us kind of freezing. Oh, look at that bow shot every time I shoot. That's interesting. Does that slow me down? Oh, and we have an abyss here. So how do we do on this abyss map? Oh, crap. Uh-oh, we have a water boy somewhere. Hopefully I'm doing damage to him. There we go. Get that situated a little bit there. Alright. So we're kind of getting this. As you can see, we're actually able to kind of do Abyss. Somewhat, barely. God damn it. This is why one thing I hate about Abyss being so dense. You don't see it, and then boom. Alright. So, here we go. We died, but you get the feel. Like, usually I don't die. Why? Because I'm talking and I'm not a good multitasker. I just am not. So as you can see, this build is super solid. Is it like Giga Chad perfect like Lightning Spear was in 020? I don't know if it's quite that strong, but it's strong enough. If you're having issues, you're on anything that spawns here, here, or even here, you have a lot of good options. If you want to do both. I just even gesture, just like even here would be kind of good. Wait. 5%, 10%, 10%, 25%, 55% reduced effective curses on you, 30% increased damage against undead. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. As a little Easter egg, I think I found an Easter egg for some of the Templar-based nodes here, right? Life regeneration, effective curses on you, and damage against undead enemies. That sounds to me like maybe a little caked in Templar builds would take that really easily and be happy about it. But let me get back to this, finishing this video up before I talk out my ass forever. Lo and behold, you don't have to go crit, but I like crit better. If you have Death Harp, you have to go crit. That's just the way it is. Like, that's my mentality, at least. Like I said, it's not perfect. I forgot about a point here, so, and I just don't see any other points that I would be like, I really need to sacrifice real quick, right? But it's fine. So I need to just make sure I get that extra point here and then be happy with it. Our evasion saying 25%ish. Our armor's trivial but 16%, and then no block, of course, right? And then with our pet, we're 626 energy shield, about 1200 lives, so that's 1800-ish. Take survivability rating on that. It is what it is. Super good, super strong, super sweet. I love it. Give me some more of it. And then that's basically it in a nutshell. As far as my progress so far, I have to do a T6 map. Corruption. Cleanse the corruption at T6 or better map. But I'm stuck on T4s for right now. I just have bad luck, I guess. But anyways, I went down towards strong boxes. And then on rituals, I went with this. I don't know. Maybe there's some stuff that could be better. I just feel like that's the stronger one for right now. Knowing me, how my style was always to, unless it's a divine orb or this, cheap chaos, cheap exalt, cheap omen. I'm rolling big boy. I'm all in, reroll. I'm like, reroll, different game, let's go. Like a slot machine, right? And then this has been kicking my ass, but I kind of like it, right? 20% chance to have a random instilled emotion applied. I think that's really strong, and hopefully it doesn't get slept on. And then maps, I haven't done anything in breach. Maps which contain breaches have additional breaches, maybe. I don't know if there's a better one. But for right now, that's where I'm at. While I'm here, let me go ahead, do this. Yeah, mats. Why not? Alright. So that armor is not that great. So you're going to get wriggled down. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to stop the video here. Anyways, this is my build. This is what I'm doing. And again, we are freezing with lightning damage. Simple and easy. You want to do a freeze arrow build. If it's through lightning arrow, etc., anything lightning damage based, you're going to want 3 Dragon's Mask. That's just the simplest, easiest way I've found, because that has all resist, evasion, energy shield, and transforms your, basically, instead of shocking, you're now freezing. And like, it is what it is, right? Like, I could unlearn 1, 2. But I'm kind of okay just waiting and taking my licks to get up here for a little bit. Just because. Like, I just feel like this is the better route for right now. But anyways, till next time, be well, do well, and treat others well. And remember, if you're doing this build, even though I don't have it just yet, these are really, really effing strong. It's not just 40% more freeze buildup. It's 40% more freeze buildup plus 50% more damage with hits. And then, by the way, when they're frozen, it's going to ignore resistances. So your exposure is going to hit from 0, which is really nice. Honorable mentions, I noticed this stuff here. That could be really fucking good if you need to cap chaos resist. What? Paranoia, suffering, and envy. Chaos resist, reduced effective withered on you, and 5% damage is extra damage. Now, where was it? Right here. Oh, they broke this up. Break 50% armor on pinning enemy. But Spiral Volley is dead, so I don't know how I feel about all that. Now, if pin and Spiral Volley was good, I'd be like, hell yeah. But for right now, I just don't think it is that good for the moment. Greed, fear, greed. That'll give us accuracy. But as far as a cheap and still, I don't know. Actually, while moving, that sounds like... Huh. You could do that to have immunity to poison or guilt, isolation, fear, right? That would be defensive. And let's see what we have, right? Armor than evasion. Here we have higher evasion than armor. So, we would have immunity to poison. But you can also just have a nice char that boosts you through. Suffering, disgust, and greed. Like some of these nodes and builds I don't quite get. Like they're just not that good to me. And like they're just not putting some of the formulas in here to tell us whether it's really good or bad. Right, so we're here, right? Let's do this. Freeze. Greed, fear, despair. 30% freeze buildup. I don't know if I quite like that as much as I like that. Our paranoia isolation though. Guilt, our isolation. Suffering, disgust, greed. Guilt, despair, ire. Well, not necessarily a fan, but paranoia, disgust, and greed I think are solid enough for that. Um, and then you can always go something defensive or our isolation despair if you can't quite get to here. Eventually, I might try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as I get closer to 100 on this character. But for right now, I just haven't found a real need for me to just suffering, ire, greed, despair, fear, paranoia, right? I just haven't found anything that makes me screams that I should just try to go ahead and get this instilled. Ire, suffering, disgust. I don't know if they've managed to just rework some of this. Envy, fear, envy. And again, where are we at? Like, we have a lot of this stuff that's just not quite attainable, right? Fear, paranoia. That is fucking good for a minion amulet. Holy fuck. But anyways, paranoia, suffering, paranoia, envy, greed, paranoia. Oh, despair, paranoia, envy, I might do. I might just do that on this amulet just to give me more armor and whatnot. But until next time, y'all, be well, do well, and most of all, treat others well. And like, follow, subscribe, drop some comments, let me know. Until next time, take it easy and be well.